It does not matter if your SP is married. It does not matter if you are homeless. It does not matter if you eat McDonald's all the time. There is always a way. And it's not your job to figure out how to manipulate a text message to get them to respond. It's not your duty to figure out which business to take in order to go from rags to riches. It's not your duty to figure out how to looks max clavicular style. Okay. Now, yes, there are things that you will do in order to get the money, to get the SP. But when you do it from the state of, I must do XYZ to get this desire, you are acting as a person who doesn't have it. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now, ladies, gentlemen. Okay. Look me in the eyes. I'm freaking serious about this. Okay. There's no reason why you should be worried and concerned and crying, oh, why is my manifestation not here? Oh, fuck. There's no reason why. Because this is not how to looks max. This is not how to manipulate. This is not a step-by-step process. It's called manifestation for a reason. Okay? Because this shit doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to, okay? I mean, it is the equivalent of us having a magical wand, all right? And if you have a magical wand, okay, nobody fucking says after the fairy goes like this, ring, and then boom, all of a sudden they have the millions. No one's like, okay, what? Fuck the millions. Let me study that fucking wand real quick. I really want to know, like, what's going on with the power in there. What's going on with the dust, the pixies. You don't fucking give a shit. You're like, oh, damn, I'm a millionaire now. We're going to get cocaine and hookers for the next 24 hours. That's all you're thinking about, right? Well, just sit back, shut up, and expect for everything to fucking happen, okay? Now, I know you're probably watching this and going, okay, that sounds all nice, buddy, but if it was really that fucking easy, why isn't everybody doing it? I'm glad you asked that, soldier. Sit down and let daddy talk. Now watch. What is the 99% doing that you speak of right now? They are always doing an affirmation, doing an imaginal act, and then whether it's intentionally or by accident, they're checking the Instagram status of their SP. They are constantly counting every single penny and fucking afraid to buy the bottle of Garnier Fructis that they need for tomorrow to take a shower, and they have to drive all the way across downtown just to get it for $2 off. Like, fuck, I don't want to spend so much money. Like, look, yeah, if you can fucking save the money, great. But if you have to fucking drive all the way from here to Alaska, what the fuck are you telling about yourself? You are that fucking desperate to just feel that little ounce of, I have just $2 more. My gosh, I'm Jordan Belfort. Like, come on, guys. All right. You don't realize that the 99% never gets what they want because they're always checking the 3D. They are always asking, why isn't this working? They are very aware that they are manifesting something rather than that they already have that very thing. Okay? There's nothing wrong with techniques, but you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that whenever you do a technique from the state of the person who's trying to do a technique, you will only be doing a technique, and that's it. Okay? It's like using a Ouija board on a Monopoly board. Right? It's like trying to talk to the fucking dead while playing Candyland. Right? You're like, what the fuck? What gives? It's like, dude, the Ouija board is right fucking there. Let's get possessed. What are you waiting for? Okay? You have to understand that it's not about the technique, it's about the state. And that's why I've always said that, yes, techniques are all fun, guys. Like my self-pedestalizations, they're a huge hit on my Stance Store. I wish I could say that my consultation calls were the #1 thing that's been working, and they do work, right? Everybody needs a coach in their corner, but the daily affirmations that I send my clients, they've told me themselves that they have seen overnight success. Okay, so the links are in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I mean, I can't lie. The people are telling me this, right? You can ask DeMario, you can ask Blinky, Stephanie, etc. The list goes on, Jesse. But the point is that I don't want you just to fucking be in the corner like, fucking, let me get, like Superman. He has to fucking go find a hiding spot just to take off the glasses, put on the fucking cape. He has to get in a phone booth. I don't want you to have to go find a phone booth. Okay? Your phone booth is right up here. Okay? Whether you want to use the self-pedestalization affirmation, whether you want to think of a quick 3-second imaginal act, that's all fine and dandy. But I've noticed that when I'm in the heat of battle, sometimes it's not even so much that it doesn't work. It's like I can't even fucking access it. It's like a fucking Wi-Fi disconnection or something like that, because my brain is using so much energy to handle the stress in my body from whatever's going on. Fuck, I mean, even if I realize that, oh shit, like, I smiled at her and then she just kind of had a smirk that was like maybe a slight obtuse angle, and now I'm fucking thinking, oh shit, all hope is lost, right? Even that is enough to fucking get me worried sometimes. So even in those situations, sometimes the pedestalizations are not enough, because I can't even access them. So when that's the case, you got to fucking take some pressure off and understand that because consciousness is the only reality, then that means that whatever is going on internally is true, regardless of what's going on out here. So that means that if you check your bank account and you thought, yeah, I'm gonna be okay for rent today, and then boom, you see that you're gonna actually need to borrow some money. You're feeling like shit because, fuck, what if I can't find somebody to borrow money? And then also on top of that, you were doing affirmations about how rich you are, and wow, you're asking fucking Jimmy, who works at the Little Caesars Pizza Resort, to fucking let you borrow $200. Right? Which, by the way, I didn't even know they had resorts of Little Caesars, but I digress. Right? You feel like a broke-ass bitch, and yet, oh, well, Neil Arthos has been telling me to do these affirmations, and this coach told me to do this, and this coach told me to do that. This fucking sucks. But you see, we are not telling you to fucking not pay your rent, but whether you ask fucking, what was his name? The guy from Little Caesars to fucking borrow $200, or whether you get evicted. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but listen to me. If consciousness is the real reality, two things are true. If you got evicted, that means that something that you put in your consciousness did that to you. But the same way that something in your consciousness that you did, whether it was a limited belief, whether it was this story that you kept telling yourself that fuck, rent is too hard to get by, I always waste my money on junk food, I always do this, I always do that, and therefore your reality had to do that even at the worst possible time, because consciousness has to be reflected. Well, the same way that consciousness had to be reflected when you got evicted is the same way that it will be reflected if, now that you're getting evicted in the 3D, you're like, holy fuck, I have so much money, Elon Musk wets himself, right? Or even if you just say, I decide right now that I am financially free. I'm free from all debt. I can't even remember the last time I had to pay a bill, right? I know I keep saying that you don't have to say all those long things, or you just say, I fucking have so much money. Everything's paid in full, right? Same thing with SPs, guys. If you notice that they're not texting back, I mean, a very popular example, you notice that they fucking haven't responded to your text in 2 weeks, or fuck, they opened it and you're left on red, right? Well, first of all, there's so many logical reasons why even right now in the 3D, that does not guarantee it's game over. But I mean, because me personally, unresponded texts can mean a lot of things. I've had a girl one time where she was never responding to my text, and then the moment I started playing the same game with her, she got mad, and she's like, so you're not gonna fucking answer my text? Well, don't even text me then. I'm like, bitch, you were doing the same thing, motherfucker. What the fuck? But either ways, I digress. Even if it's your SP not giving you the attention that you thought that she would be giving you or he would be giving you if you were the one that they were choosing. It does not matter. Okay? Because again, understand that whatever circumstance you're experiencing, it was given to you prior internally. Okay? And all you have to do is give yourself the experience that you want internally right now. Because if consciousness is the only reality, then if you were to look at the fact that they're not texting you, but then internally you decide that you are being chased all the time by that person, if you stay in that story internally, not externally, you don't have to tell your fucking mother, oh my gosh, I'm married to so-and-so. And they're like, didn't she just post a story that she's on her third honeymoon with her husband? It's like, oh, well, I don't care. Neil Arthur said that fuck that shit, okay? No. Internally. I mean, you could do that, okay? But also there's straitjackets for a reason, right? So whether you do it unhinged or not, what matters is internally. And by the way, I'm just kidding. You technically could fucking say that to your mom. I'm just saying that some of you guys couldn't handle the fucking consequences of having to keep that story up, because a lot of times our parents can fucking tell, like, wait, something, you okay? You okay, sweetheart? Okay? But I'm getting off topic. Whatever you give yourself internally, if you stay in that story, it must show up. And again, I can't stress this enough in this video. I know I keep fucking repeating myself, but I'm gonna fucking do it because I fucking feel like it. Okay? Anything that you were seeing in your 3D was given to you internally before. Okay? So all you gotta do is give yourself whatever you want internally right now. And enjoy it. You don't have to feel something after you decide I'm financially free. This person is actually married to me right now. You don't have to feel like it makes sense. If you feel, if the only feeling you feel is that you're fucking lying to yourself, again, that feeling is not truth. You see, when we have emotions, we automatically label them as, oh shit, well, I want to do this, but I don't feel like getting out of bed. Well, if your I am awareness knows that you need to get out of bed, fuck how you feel. You know what you got to do, right? That's why the most successful people persevere, because they understand a very crucial, deep truth, that it's not about what you feel, okay? Because your feelings can lie to you, right? I mean, how many times in the past, and this is an interesting one because we're talking about relationships, but how many times in the past was I wrong about something? I had a hunch, like, you know, I just feel like this person is lying to me, and then I confront my girlfriend, and then it only makes things worse because I realized I was being a fucking idiot, and I find out that I was completely overreacting just to some insecurity that I had, right? If feelings were so fucking real, ladies and gentlemen, then why is it that a lot of times they fucking just get us into more trouble than anything? It's the feelings are what cause people to start addictions. Feelings are what cause people to start, you know, doing horrible things in this world. I mean, where do you think people have committed the most horrendous crimes out of? A feeling, a desire, right? This feeling of, I have to just act on this impulse. I have to act on this urge, right? But if they would have known, like how the scriptures say, you must know the difference between good and bad, what's right and wrong, you'd have that knowledge, right? And sometimes that knowledge is not based off of what we feel in our flesh. And what do the scriptures say? Those who live in the flesh shall die, but those who walk by the Spirit shall live. Okay? Hallelujah. Right? So, where am I getting that? I'm not trying to take you guys to Sunday church. All right? But what I'm saying is that if you simply decide right now, despite what the circumstances are showing you, that no, I actually am in a relationship with this person. You look in the mirror, you're a fat ass, but holy shit, I actually have the six-pack abs. Your booty might look like a flat ironing board, but in your head, no, that shit is, I mean, they're like fucking Jamaican bongo drums, right? You decide that, and you're probably gonna feel like an idiot, maybe. Some of my clients have felt great, but you might feel a little retarded after that, and that's okay. Because again, fuck the feelings. If it's a good feeling, great, but be indifferent to it. You're gonna be like, well, of course I fucking feel great because You know, I mean, this is my whole life. I feel amazing. But if you feel like shit, don't identify with it. Only take the good. Because understand that whatever you give yourself internally, you will have that reflected to you. Okay? So again, if you tell yourself an affirmation, if you decide right now what is true and you feel like you're lying to yourself, who gives a fuck? Because you're not your feelings. Okay? Why? You are an eternal being living in a human experience. That's what it means when they say everyone is you pushed out. Because you can't experience anything apart from you. And there's even sometimes that what you're going through in the 3D might look like a failure, but it's actually success in disguise. And all it takes sometimes is when you look at that text message that they haven't responded to you and you go, yeah, they're playing hard to get. This is just another way that they like that girl that I told you about, bro. I felt like, wow, I must have turned her off because she's not responding to my text. And then when I found out that she got mad because I just took like a little bit less time to respond to her text, she took like weeks. She never responded for like a whole month. And I took like maybe just 2 weeks, right? Which is still like playing games. I'm like, yeah, of course, right? But the fact that she got mad about me doing it to her, right? It's like a sign right there that, because before that, I gotta be honest with you, I was chasing her a lot. Like I sent her like Jesus, like a lot of texts. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I was a young babe in the faith. Okay, whatever, right? You know, you live and you learn. But it's funny that when I did it to her, she forgot all about the times I was chasing her, and I became the prize because she literally like was using the crying emojis, like, you know, if you don't even want to text me, just don't text me ever again. I'm like, motherfucker, do you not have? Did you does your iCloud automatically delete like Snapchat? Like, look at all the fucking texts I sent you, motherfucker. There's a whole Declaration of Independence with my signature on the bottom, Thomas Jefferson and all that shit. Like, what the fuck? But I digress. I shifted to the reality where I became the prize and where, you know, I was living in her head rent-free. Right? But to be honest, it worked out better because I completely got turned off by her after that show. I was like, you know what, fuck you, bitch. But either ways, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that it does not fucking matter what the hell's going on in your circumstances. You're gonna be like, Neo, but I mean, they lost their, I don't care. But the aliens, you know, abducting when they're, come on, get the fuck out of here, okay? I'll go get them. I'll go fucking find the aliens if I have to, okay? All right? Because you gotta understand, guys, that you're gonna fucking, are you gonna make me look me in the eyes, guys, okay? Consciousness. I'm gonna say it fucking again. I don't give a fuck. Oh, but YouTube's retention, you're not supposed to repeat yourself. You're supposed to be like Mr. Beast and say, this $1 bill. Consciousness is the only reality. Okay? Plain and simple. So know that it does not matter what's going on out here. It only matters what's going on in here. And that should give you relief because you know that you don't have control out of a dead reflection of your past consciousness. But you know that nobody can fucking control what's going on up here. I mean, fuck, the moment someone says don't think of a pink elephant, you think of a pink elephant. You have that power. It's instant. That's what we mean, ladies and gentlemen, when we say that manifestation is instant. Not that when you say an affirmation, you're going to automatically fucking hear them knock on your door right away. Come on, guys. Not that when you fucking do scripting of Harry Potter that you're going to wake up in Hogwarts. Come on, guys. Okay? We simply mean that whatever you give yourself in your consciousness, it's already done. And the only reason why it never comes to the 99% is because the moment that they check the 3D, not only are they doing something in the 3D that is implying that they don't have it, but everything is an imaginal act. Remember, when you do something with intention and you check the 3D, it's the same exact thing as doing a SAT session every single night before bed, that your SP is fucking your brother. It's the same thing as doing an affirmation every single hour robotically that I'm a broke ass bitch. I can't even afford the samples that they sell at the mall for free. Okay, so just understand that. Thank you very much. Book a call with me, guys. I would love to work with you, and join the channel. The fucking links are in the description, guys. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys could already assume that. Join the membership channel, and if you are a member, you can get, you not only can, you will get discounts for fucking consultations. I love you guys. Take care.